Hey, another little backstage story. I was in a play that was called La Ronde. It was written around the turn of the century, and it was basically the first scene was a man and a woman, the second scene was that woman and another man, the next scene was that man and another woman, until the end that joined La Ronde circle. So each person had two scenes, and one of my scenes was a young wife, and I was going to meet a young gentleman. And it was I was married, and I was going to visit a man who I intend on sleeping with, and I guess we had been having flirtations, and so it was. Each scene had a blackout which indicated sex was happening. This scene, there were two blackouts. The first one, there had not been success. So the lights come up and he's looking all upset and nervous, and she's like, oh, brother. So, anyway, that really has nothing to do with what I'm about to tell you. It's just it was an interesting scene. But we would actually have to get undressed on stage. I undressed down to a slip, and he undressed down to this one-piece underwear thing that they wore in those days. This was set, I think, in 1918. And that day, he was a fisherman, and that day he'd been tying bowline knots all day. So when he tied his tie, he tied it in a bowline knot. And when he tried to take it off, he couldn't get it off. And he tried, we're rushing in passion, taking off our clothes, and he tried to pull it up over his head, and it got stuck. It got stuck like this. It was really hard not to laugh. He was able to, we got into bed, and we're all, kissing, and we get into bed and the lights go out. And fortunately, he was able to get it off before the lights came up, because I can't even imagine what that might have looked like with him sitting there like all worried with his tie stuck around the top of his head. Anyway, that was a fun show. It was a fun show.